Hello, everyone.
We're on.
Cold
What?
start.
Did we just start?
Oh, yeah. Welcome to the
I
SLO
hadn't
City.
even sat down. That feels disrespectful.
Well, I'm sorry. We're on a time crunch.
There we are.
Welcome to the SLO
running a
City
little
Together
behind.
Podcast.
What's the rush?
I don't know what the
Okay.
rush is.
It's
There's
good to
really
be
no rush.
here.
Hey,
Good.
Jordan's back.
Jordan's
It's been a
back.
while.
Jordan's here with us
I
today.
thought you were dead.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I've never listened to an episode of the podcast.
That you're not on?
Well, I've never listened to one that I am on either.
Oh, okay.
I partake in it, but I feel a little guilty today because I
Yeah.
don't know. I only watch the clips you post online right now.
Oh.
And I always mean to watch it, and then I don't. So
Yeah.
catch me up.
On what we've been
Tatum,
doing?
we like him or no?
Yeah.
Well, he's only been on 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Really?
Maybe 3.
I feel like
2.
he's... Okay.
2.
Mm-hmm.
We did like a first, like,
Wow.
and
Get
then
to
we
know
had him
you.
on last week.
Mm-hmm.
How'd he do?
He did good.
He did
He
great.
did good.
Yeah.
Good job, Tatum.
Thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'll go back and listen.
Yeah. That would
Maybe.
be good.
Guys, I left a very important meeting to be here today.
Thank
Did you?
Yeah.
What meeting?
That was
He
a
can't
building
s-
meeting.
he
It was
can't say.
about what is happening in our building and about what potential future buildings could look like.
Yeah.
Specifically
I'll
church
leave
buildings
it
or just all
there.
buildings?
What do we-
Because I'd like to be in a meeting about what the future of buildings might look like. Just architecture.
Yeah. Are you talking with CJ about that?
Space.
She could be.
Yeah, buildings in space.
Futuristic building meeting.
Yeah.
Wow. That's exciting.
I
that
want
is exciting.
I want buildings to have water features, just
Such as
waterfalls
Okay.
through the building,
Yeah. That is a nice
trees,
feature.
birds.
It's a lot. You gotta worry about leaks then.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a problem if you want to help me.
Okay.
Do you have a leak?
Sure.
No, I probably do, yeah. But I have a problem that I don't know what to do. Do we still have a call-in line?
We never had that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to call in and help,
But
I
hey,
could
actually,
I could use some advice.
Spotify has now added comments
Okay.
on podcasts.
Yeah.
That you
So
can,
maybe you can comment on this.
But
Okay.
we can't see the comments in real time.
Not in real time.
I'm
I
gonna
think we should have an hour where it's live
Mhm.
over the air.
I think we
Like
should have a live
an
studio
anonymous,
audience.
How about an anonymous phone line? That's
Could
hard to
we
say.
create our own FM radio?
I think it
signal?
I
costs
don't know
money.
how that works.
I think it costs money, and you
Okay.
have to manage
Who do
it
you-
24 hours
Who
a
do
day,
you
7
pay
days
to
a
get
week.
a radio
Yeah.
signal?
Who's
Who
the-
owns the airwaves?
I'll look into it.
the government.
The
I don't know.
FAA?
FCB,
Yeah, it's the FCB.
the KGB.
Yeah.
Now we're
That
flagged.
gets us
Hello.
close.
Now we're flagged.
That gets us close to today's news story.
Yes.
Okay, so here's my issue. Here's my issue, and I'll try to get through this quickly.
Okay,
Remember when it rained last week?
I do.
Really
I
bad.
recall. I recall
Okay, so
this,
I
yeah.
got home one day.
we were here.
We only have one parking spot in our driveway. I give it to my wife, so I find street parking. Right. So it's pouring rain. There's an open spot across from my house on the street. Brent's not even listening.
I'm listening.
He's not even listening.
I'm listening.
He's not gonna be able to help
how
me.
he listens.
I'm listening.
There's an open spot across the street.
Okay.
However, there's another car that's halfway in the spot, but it's blocking its own driveway.
I know this
Oh.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that a food delivery driver? Is that somebody actually parked there? But there was enough space on the curb for me.
So you parked.
So I parked there. I was close to their bumper, 2 or 3 inches, but they could back up and get out. Right? Like
Okay.
there's no
Yeah.
parking space behind them. They're good. And it was pouring. So I go. Well, I go out the next morning and there's a car in front of me. I would say between 1 and 2 inches from my bumper. So I have 1 inch and then like 2 or 3 inches.
Oh.
And I felt like maybe that was a statement. Like,
Oh.
you shouldn't have parked so close to my friend's bumper, so
Oh.
we boxed you in. That was I'm a feeler, and
Yeah.
that's what I took away
You
from
were
the
being sensitive
experience.
to the Holy Spirit.
And so Blair came out, and we had to do like the Austin Powers, like reverse, forward, reverse. It took maybe 15
Are you serious?
backs and forths, and I finally got out, and I felt good, and I thought, haha. You didn't get me.
Gotcha. You can't box me in.
Yeah.
Last night, Ellison comes. I park in the same spot, but there's nobody around. So I park in
Okay.
it's a single spot
Huh.
curb, but there's nobody blocking driveways. Ellison calls at like 9 p.m. She's like, Dad, come here, look. They boxed you in again. But this time,
Closer.
less than an inch on either side.
Are you serious?
And they're blocking half of a driveway on either side, so they're parked illegally.
What do you do?
I don't know what to do.
Did
I
you
don't
call
want to
the
have them
cops? You called
towed.
the
I don't want to
cops.
have them ticketed. I don't know if they're trying to get back at me for parking close to their friend's bumper the first time, or if they're mad that I'm parking in front of their house. But it's street parking. That's just what everybody does. So I get up there. I'm like, I'm going to give it to the morning. All right. My kids for the Super Bowl, they won these prizes because I'm a good dad. And one of the things was a coupon that I would get up early and go buy them a donut. So I get up early this morning to go buy a donut.
Donut.
I take Blair's car.
A
I take
donut.
Blair's car, and I'm still boxed in. This is 6:45 a.m.
Yeah.
When I get back at 7, they've both moved into their own driveways because the spot opened up, which makes me think they were not doing it to hurt me. They were doing it because when a spot opened up, they moved into the spot.
Yeah.
Did you rip off their windshields?
No, I didn't do anything. So what do I do? Is it going to keep happening?
I think it's going to
Sounds
keep
like
happening.
it.
Are they
Yeah.
mad at me?
No, your
Doesn't
street
sound
is
like it.
terrible for street
It
parking.
is bad as street parking. So you think they are just like, I'm not parking down the street.
Yeah.
I'm parking by my house, and this guy's just
What
going
you
to
should do though, is
because
you
they
should-
know I can't get out.
What if you tied a cone
I actually literally thought about chaining cones to my car,
to the front and back of your car?
or like making a 2x4 that like locks in place.
Yeah.
That's like an
Yeah,
extra long
at least
bumper.
give you some wiggle room.
And so, like, I don't know if I want to leave a note on the windshield
And
and be
say,
nice
"Hey,
and be
neighbor."
like, hey, give me maybe 4 inches.
Are they college students?
Yeah, I think so.
They don't know.
And so, like, I don't know. Or if I want to, I thought about leaving a note like, did I offend you?
Hey,
Here's my number. If I did, call me so we can work it out.
they're offending you though,
Or,
Jordan. That's
I don't know if I want to be kind of like more passive aggressive and like, hey, I have to leave for work at 7:45 in the mornings, so I don't want to have to tell you, but I will. Like, I don't know what my next move is.
I
Or
think
do because what I don't want to do is not park in that spot if it's open, because I
yeah,
feel like I have a
course.
right to that spot.
Well,
Let's go to the phone lines.
I don't know if you have a right to it, but
it's public.
What?
It's public land.
like any
What
more
are
of
you
a.
saying?
I don't think you have.
I
Any,
absolutely have
you
a
don't
right
have
to it.
any more of a right than anyone else does. Though is what I'm saying.
That's, yes, I
but-
agree with that.
Luke,
But why?
You should not have said that, and you know it. I want you to admit. I want you to admit right now that you should not have said that.
I have nothing. I have no regrets about
Okay.
saying that.
Of course, I have no more. I'm not like moving them to go park there. I'm just saying if that spot is open, I have a right to park.
But
in
I'm
it.
just saying
Maybe
that's
next
that's
time-
not a good argument for why they shouldn't box you in because I have a right to park there.
Is anybody else hearing this? What does that mean? So they have a right to box me in
They
because
don't
I
have a right.
parked in
I'm
an
just
open
saying.
spot?
I would.
What?
That's not what I would put on the
Oh my
post-it
gosh.
note. I wouldn't put on the post-it
Oh
note.
my
I have a
gosh.
right to
I
park
have
here.
every right.
Like, what is that going to do?
Maybe
I'm just
make
saying
them go
that's
like, oh yeah, he's not doing
You
anything
think
wrong.
they're thinking, oh, I never realized he has a right to.
I kind of do think they think that. I kind of think they think,
Oh my
well, he's in
gosh.
front of my house, so I can block him in. Well, it's a street spot.
Well,
Oh my god.
I don't think they're thinking because clearly
Yeah.
they're blocking their own driveway and somebody else's driveway.
They're maybe I don't know. I can't figure it out. So there's 2 houses, both have college kids live. I don't know if they.
I would put some kind
I'm
of
all
like
worked up
I would
now.
Mad Max your car.
Yeah.
Put some
That
put
feels
some,
so passive aggressive.
Put a guitar
you're-
player on your roof.
I would
Oh,
do
that's
I
Mad
would do
Max.
that. I would do that.
That is my
You would do the extended bumper.
I would just maybe make a big
I'm really
Or-
flummoxed this morning because I thought they were mad at me and they were doing it to get back at me, and now I don't, and now I'm like, well, then what do I do?
Can I say something?
Okay.
Now I'm mad at you. Because you're trying to publicly humiliate
I
me
am,
for no
and
good
I will
reason.
not stop. I will. This.
You're trying to take advantage of Luke just waking up.
I didn't sleep good 2 nights ago.
Oh,
It's hitting me today.
Gosh.
I was up till 1 a.m. restless. I had no reason.
You don't have a right to sleep though. Not any more than anybody else.
This is
Yeah,
Everybody
I
else has
agree.
just as much of a right to go to
I agree
sleep
with
as you
that.
do.
I do
Let's
agree
talk
with
about the rights that are being infringed upon. And
that. I don't want Jordan on the podcast.
oh
Yes.
my god!
I don't want to ever invite him on here again.
Oh my
And
gosh!
so I guess what I'm feeling self-conscious about now is this podcast about spiritual matters when I'm not here?
Yeah.
Okay, and I just ruin it when I'm here.
That-
Well, I
no,
mean,
that's a modern ethical moral dilemma.
It is. I mean, because you told me about this on Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna show you the picture.
I
man.
don't have. I can put it up
Take a
if you'd like.
picture.
Would you like me to put it up on the screen?
You should.
I don't want to out these people.
Do you want me to blur the cars and I'll just give the indication?
Oh my god.
Anyway.
it's possible.
Oh my
I
gosh.
think
So this is last night.
I think just
Brent-
approach it with a nice note.
You absolutely.
And
need
there
to
was
po-
nobody there when I parked. I was all alone.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
I haven't
last
seen it
night.
last night. I've seen the one a couple days ago.
I can't
What?
get out of there, right?
No.
I was so impressed with myself for getting out the first time.
You got
Yeah.
out of that?
It was
No,
I
they
maybe had
moved this
another
morning, right?
inch, but they're gone now.
Yeah. So that
And
was
they-
last night. They
but
moved.
but here's the deal: on the days I have to go to Paulding, they wouldn't have been gone in time. So I
Those
would
are
have had
nice
to,
cars.
Yeah.
They are nice cars. One has a custom license plate, which is why I don't want to. Well, you can't see the plate in the picture.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Isn't
Yeah.
that bizarre?
Yeah. That now I think that is. They're doing now. It's
Right?
yeah.
You think they're doing it on purpose?
Uh,
Or like
I
out
mean,
of out of
It looks like maybe they're
aggression?
letting one car get out.
That's
but-
and that's what Blair
Yeah.
thinks. She's like they're trying to allow that one, and that person did leave before 8 a.m. and then the black car went into that spot
Why don't you just go knock on the door?
because I don't know what to say.
We'll say, hey, we're having a problem.
just
on
show
the
them that
street.
picture.
Say, I have a right to this.
But also, I have a friend Luke who doesn't. He's not so sure I have a right.
I don't think you guys know that I have a right.
Let's
Can I
talk about
explain
the
that
rights
to
to
you?
this. Guys, can we discuss the rights to spot? My friend Luke thinks I don't have any more of a right to that than you do.
If I were really your friend, would you be so mean to me?
Probably not. No.
Probably not.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my gosh. I
Wow.
well here.
I'll put.
I
I'll
think
put
you
it.
should just go knock on the door. I
Yeah.
find myself in more and more situations where I literally think, just go talk to him. Just go,
Yeah.
hey, here's where I'm at. Where are you at in this matter? I'm getting up early. Should I park behind you? Should you?
Well,
should
I
you be
guess
in the middle?
how should I go? I really am having a hard time with this.
The street
Do I
parking-
go in stern or do
No.
I go in
No.
like friendly?
No,
like,
you go
You
in
don't
like
need to go in
this.
stern.
Say, hey,
do I take
Yeah.
him a donut?
hey, you bring a donut. You say, hey, friend.
But give
Hey,
him the coupon.
on the other morning.
Give him a coupon to
for a free
redeem.
donut.
Yeah, to
That would be
redeem.
incredible. I don't want to be. I feel. I'm confused because I don't want to be too nice, but I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
And
You don't
so-
want to be a doormat either.
Right. So I can't, like if I took him the donut, be like passive aggressive, like I got you this donut. I wouldn't have been able to do that 2 days ago because you blocked me in.
That's good.
So if you want this kind of,
Oh my
But I don't-
god.
No,
But
she's
then,
like-
but then the expectation is you're going to bring them.
Because if you did the passive aggressive thing of putting cones in front and behind the car, they would know that it's that
Oh.
you're upset. Maybe they
Yes.
don't even. My guess is it
That-
might be a
that's
college
what-
student
it is, yes.
that is saying like. I mean, you've got to be aware. You've got to be aware of how
Someone
close
with
you
a vanity
parked.
plate, a custom vanity plate, you think they're more or less aware of their.
They should probably
courtesy.
be aware that you don't care to dent your vehicles.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's clear based on the 2 vehicles they've seen me drive. Well, I looked up the laws. I'm like, can I tap?
Yeah,
a
you probably
bumper?
can. You
and they
looked
said
up
no.
the law.
Really?
They said no. Because I'm like, how am I going to get
How
out
do
in
you
the
get
morning?
out? If
You need one of those
Yeah.
forklifts that pulls your car out and.
Yeah, I do have one of those.
Yeah. I would just go
Yeah.
knock on the door and say, hey, guys, I want to be a good neighbor. Is me parking here bothering you? Because
But
I don't know if I would say that though, because in that
No.
because I have a right to the spot.
You do have a right to it, so-
No, just say like, hey, well, you could ask. Because
Yeah.
if they say, yeah, it's really bothering us, say like,
Yeah.
well, I have a right.
so too bad.
So I would just say, is there something we could do to figure this situation? Because
Yeah.
the parking on your street is abysmal. They
It's
did
bad.
not
It's very
plan
bad.
very
and part of it is those 2 houses directly, I think, have 5 or 6 college kids in them each.
Yeah.
So that's 5 or 6 cars for
Yeah.
2 houses.
Yeah.
Plus, my neighbors have a lot
Why
of
does
cars.
every college kid deserve their car? They don't have a right to their own
I
car.
feel like the Cal Poly tries to not let at least the first years, right?
Well, they live off campus, so they can
That's
have a
true,
car
That's true.
if you live off
Yeah.
campus.
If you live by Jordan, you can do whatever you want. Block them in.
Have as many cars, park them wherever.
So
I do think though,
talking about
face-to-face
this has really worked me
I think
up.
face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
We've lost the ability in the art, and you're good at face-to-face conversation.
It's
Yeah.
a lot harder. How am I trying to say this? It's a lot harder to not be compassionate when you're face to face.
The other day, a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago,
Okay.
I was walking by a house that my wife has prayed for that we could purchase.
Yeah.
And I saw that the garage door was up.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I'm just going to go knock on the front door.
Yeah.
So I knock on the front door. I sit down. I have a 45-minute conversation with the man who lives there about life and everything. We didn't get the house, but it was nice to have a face-to-face conversation.
How did you
approach it?
Initiate that conversation?
I said, "Hey,
I have a right to this. I have a right to this house.
Give it to me."
I said, "Hey, I live across the street. We rent." And I was like, "It sounds weird, but would you ever be interested in renting, leasing to own, selling your house?"
Yeah.
Just wanted to introduce myself. And he was like, "Come on in."
Oh, okay.
So
That's
that was
cool.
it. And I could have got a big get off my lawn,
Right.
but I didn't.
But
He
you
was
didn't.
nice. People,
That's
and
awesome.
People like face. That's how I got my truck. Was a face to face. Just hey, let me talk to you about
and
this.
we make the assumptions that everybody is bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like when you sit down and talk to somebody, you're like, not so bad.
So you think these people are not bad?
And if you lead with, "Hi, friend," here's what I've also noticed.
Yeah.
There's a coffee shop down the hill,
Uh-huh.
Duncan Alley, Kraken. It's like now it's a Kraken branded. I don't know
Like
what it is. Like a
co-working
co-working
space,
space.
right?
And I walked in there yesterday to have coffee with somebody, and I ordered a coffee. And the nice lady said, "Hi, friend."
Oh.
And I thought, that's a great lead.
Yeah.
It made me feel like
Had you ever met her before?
never.
She's not your friend then.
Yeah.
No, not truly, but it made me feel like this is going to be a friendly interaction.
Yeah.
And she looked me in the eyes, and I'm like, man, I actually got a phone call yesterday. Speaking of face-to-face interaction,
The phone.
but it's not face-to-face.
It's voice to
But
voice.
I said, hey, what's going on? What do you need? You need something? And he goes, I'm not on social media. I don't know what's going on in your life. So I thought I'd call and just talk. I'm
That's
like,
cool.
Give us the level
love
of
that.
how long had it been since you talked to this kind of person.
I
This
mean,
person.
he comes to church. I see him every Sunday.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's like, but I haven't. And we talked for 25 minutes about
Nice.
niceties and
Yeah.
kids and weird.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really talk on the phone that much.
Did it?
Face to face. Go do it, Jordan.
Were you waiting?
I'll go with you. I'll stand by.
Hey, this is Brent.
I'll stand by.
We wanted
He's
to
my-
talk to you.
This is my brother-in-law.
He's guarding the spot for me while we talk.
Well, because I'm coming to your house tonight, and I'm literally thinking, where do I need to park?
Yeah.
Not in that spot.
Well, I'm gonna try to get that spot so that you can see.
What if I just park the Suburban in that spot?
Oh.
Now it takes up all three
Oh,
spots.
and you're not getting out. You have to spend the night.
Yeah.
So
We-
that's pretty much the podcast for
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
We didn't even get to the phones.
Yeah. There are no phones.
Beep.
But if you'd like to leave us a
Can
comment,
we call
on Spotify,
somebody right now and ask them?
No.
Okay.
You know what? I feel like I need to talk. Can this be this is an area of
Area
grievances.
of
think we're-
grievances. This is
Somebody left the fridge open last night
Yeah.
in the kitchen.
Brent, I think that was an accident.
Well, that's fine.
Who was it? you
But
think?
how many accidents does it become a habit,
Yeah.
a habitual
That's a
pattern
good-
of
that's a
lack of
good
awareness?
How much accidents
How
for
much-
a habit?
How many
I
accidents?
think that's the question.
How many accidents is it?
Make a
a
habit?
pattern.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did
I think
you
it's
do it?
10,000 hours of accidents.
I don't think I did it. I could have.
What was in the fridge? What was in there that was not out
What
of date?
is in there currently? Because I didn't
Okay,
empty
I'm
it.
going to go do some detective
Pizza,
work.
salad,
Luke
condiments.
Eats, Luke eats supposed to. Luke likes condiments too.
Yeah, that's true.
ketchup,
The trails are leading.
some old,
Who likes
some-
condiments the
some
most?
old deli meat that I actually opened last week.
That was a good moment for me.
Were you in the room?
On Monday, I come back from lunch. I had lunch with someone, and I walk in and turn the corner.
to the kitchen?
And first
No.
off,
In the office.
I scared Brent. He goes, "Oh, he scared me." I just walked in the room. Secondly,
Very quietly.
he's holding a paper plate with approximately 3 slices of deli ham, but nothing else.
Spread out?
No,
Like separated?
stacked.
Okay, stacked.
I said, "What are you eating?" He says, "Ham,"
Ham.
and that was it.
That's all I was eating.
And that's-
Cold cut ham.
Yeah, it wasn't like deli
man.
ham. It was like packaged ham.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's kinda like
it's a
bologna.
sandwich. Yeah,
That was my lunch.
Yuck.
It was-
Things are not good around here.
We do need to get Luke a thing of Tic Tacs so we can hear him coming. Like
There'll
the
be a
episode of
little bell.
Seinfeld.
He does kind of sneak into the room.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
He disappears.
So
I
what's
feel
been going
Hello,
on here?
Newman.
I feel like I need to have a grievance.
Yeah, what
there.
you want to talk about?
Oh
Well,
man,
You haven't slept well.
I haven't slept well. Speaking of parking and things, this is not directly related, but this past weekend, or perhaps it was the one before,
Okay.
for multiple days, there was a car parked in front of my house
It's probably Jake's.
with a Jefferson County,
Oh,
Kentucky
cool.
license plate.
I saw this car.
Really?
What?
Like I think
I've
it was
seen-
a black
I've seen-
Toyota Camry.
Yes.
Oh, I saw a
No,
big silver
a separate
SUV
one.
or something.
Mm.
I think so
That has
too.
Kentucky plates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
This
couldn't
was
see the
definitely
county
like
though.
a Camry kind of
Anyway.
deal. So
Weird.
it's so
Jake
strange.
loves-
Did you go?
Jake does
Did you
love
go leave a
Camrys.
note?
Yeah.
Hello, hi,
Hello,
friend.
friend.
I have a right to this car because it has Kentucky plates.
I too am from Jefferson County.
But you never
Kentucky.
figured it out?
No, I think it was someone visiting
You
one of
think
my
Skylar
neighbors.
came back, but he was too embarrassed
yeah,
to
yeah.
show his face?
That's probably what it was.
So he just left.
Stayed
That would be the
outside of
most
my
Skylar
house.
thing ever. Hey, I was there, but
I was there.
I was
but
just-
I
I was
you
just
guys
busy.
Seemed, you guys seemed busy, and I was busy.
Meryl
so.
and I were on some run, and we just thought we didn't
Iron
want to bother
Man.
anybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope you get to the bottom of that.
Well, I don't think I will. They're gone now. I haven't.
They might be
I
back.
Do
haven't
you think
seen
that's
them.
a
Could be
rental,
back.
or do you think they drove?
I don't know. I've seen
It's a long
several.
drive.
It's not uncommon for me. Maybe it's like you would. Maybe everyone sees their hometown license plates here
No.
as much as
I don't
as much
think
as I
anybody
do. But
else.
it's not uncommon that I see a Jefferson County license plate here. It's very strange. I see one. I would
I
say
don't think that's true.
every other month. Like it average. I see 6 of them
I did
a year.
6 a year
6 a
Yeah.
month.
Not a month, a year.
in slow.
In slow or
Do you
on the
think
101.
It's because, well, or, the
Impossible.
101 I get,
I don't
Yeah.
think
because a
that
lot
Lot
of
of-
people will do like a big,
coastal road trip
but to see Jefferson County specifically,
specifically.
Ah.
Yeah.
6 a year.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
it's
think
not
you're
true.
sleep
That's
deprived.
not true.
I think you're
That's not true.
It feels like 60.
It's Tatum Miller every time.
Is it your car?
No, I'm a law-abiding
Darn it.
citizen. I changed my license plate within
Oh,
okay.
man.
the time required time.
Mm.
So
What a mysterious
Yeah.
thing the DMV is. How long do you have?
Is
We
this
don't
where we're
know.
going? Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I'm kind of gassed after
Yeah.
that.
I don't really know where to go after
I don't
such
know where to
a,
go. We just wanted to come on to the podcast with Jordan.
Jordan, would you like to give any other life updates outside of
Yeah,
parking
how have you
situations?
been?
I'm sure
'Cause
people
you're
are
back.
How have I
curious
been?
to know.
When's the last time I was
A
on?
long time.
Summer, I would say.
So it was before I started my practicum stuff.
We've seen 3
So.
Jefferson County license plates
Yeah,
since your
you've been
last
at
visit.
least. I don't know.
Marker
What,
of time.
I mean, what do people want to know about me? I'm working. I'm
Yeah.
still doing school.
You-
I'm
You have a nice shirt on.
I have to wear real clothes now. I have to wear big boy clothes at least 4 days a week,
Yeah.
sometimes 5.
And your hair's looking good.
kind of. I'm over it, man.
I like it.
Going back to the buzz
No,
cut.
I can't do that now. But I really struggle with my hair. That's it.
I like it.
Okay.
So, what's been the most fulfilling part of your job, and maybe a sad part of your job?
Okay.
In the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask that same question of Luke.
It's all very fulfilling. So I'm working with some 12, 13, 14-year-old students. I'm working with some 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old students, and then I have only one adult client right now, but I have like 17 clients that I see every week, and I'm really enjoying that. It's really good experience.
Yeah.
I have 2 supervisors who are awesome. So that's where I'm going today, is a group supervision meeting with some other peers who are in similar stage of pre-licensure or associateship.
Associateship.
Associateship is a cool word.
It's not a word you use much.
Yeah. So that's where I'll be after I graduate. So I graduate in June, at the end of June.
Huh.
And then I'll be an associate.
Wow.
And yeah, it's going well. It's a big learning experience. There's days where I've had a couple days, which this is not who I am normally.
Okay.
I've had a couple of days where I get home and I go, that's how that's supposed to go.
Huh.
Like, I feel like, wow, what a fulfilling
That's good.
start to finish, meaningful conversations.
Awesome.
There are a lot of days, which I think is the norm for me and for this stage of the profession, where I come home and I'm like,
That was not it.
am I doing a good job? Do I know what I'm doing? Can I do this? And from what I hear, that's normal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's it's interesting. It is, you know, people always say that this kind of work with kids is really challenging, and it is, because you hear and see a lot of things that you're like,
that's happening.
gosh, it should not be this way. You
in,
know,
in the
that's-
world, you mean?
Yeah,
Like
just
the darkness
where
and
you're just like, you just feel for these young people, you know, and like it's both things. It's sad, and then it's encouraging the resilience they show, you know, because there are some kids where you're like, it is amazing that you were able to be as functional as you are in the world with the hand you've been dealt. So, you know, it's you know, that's the same in ministry. Like you hear stories and you're like, wow, you have really been through it, and look at you. And so it's like, it's beauty, and it's
how do you
ashes.
hear some of these horrible things that are happening to kids in our community, and one, maybe not be totally demoralized by it, or jaded, or I don't know, or mad, or
I mean, so, and that's maybe one of the built-in, like having those people who are my supervisors that I talk to about all my clients is really helpful to kind of process some of that stuff. Because if I have a hard client, I'm calling my supervisor and going like, hey, somebody just said something that I'm kind of like on my heels now, and she'll like kind of help me kind of get grounded. And you know, they're very good at, so I work for a community counseling center, and they're two things that work to my advantage. Number one, like, even though I see some wild's not the right word, some intense stuff, like they specialize in mild to moderate mental health care. And so I have some level of protection from really, really intense stuff, you know, which is helpful, you know. But also they're very big on like, hey, you are not a savior. You are not the
that's hard.
The special
it's probably hard though.
Pill they swallow that everything gets better. You are one lily pad that they're hopping, you know, and it's like, do what you can, be there. And
that's important.
And that's a helpful reminder. It's important.
Yeah. I was in a conversation yesterday, and this is along those lines, but somebody asked me like, what do you feel like the role of a pastor is? And absolutely, I think some pastors can take that savior, like, so I'm like personalizing what you're saying. Like in ministry, you can take on like a savior complex almost of like, it's my job to save this person. So we like use like leaves the 99 to chase down the one. Like that's Jesus for one. But I think like, like the role of a counselor, a pastor is to shepherd people towards that narrow gate, right? To say like, here's the way to life, here's the way, and not to necessarily, it's really hard. How I phrased it yesterday was like, because this person was like, don't you feel like responsible for everybody's pain and everybody's, you know, mistakes or behaviors? And I'm like, I used to. I used to take that on and be like, that's my fault that I didn't save them from that. I don't feel responsible for any longer. I do feel a sense of responsible to, like I feel responsible to serve, to give encouragement, to give rebuke or correction or prayer, or, you know, but I don't feel responsible for anymore. And I think that delineation, even in like life or even parenting too, like, I don't know.
I'll tell you what's really hard about that, I think, especially in the church, maybe in all contexts when you have that kind of relationship, is I think 99% of people get that and go like, yep, you're a person, you know, but I think the 1% of people are the loudest percent who think the pastor is responsible for my well-being and my spiritual health. And it's like, those are the voices that often get heard a lot. You know, unfortunately,
you guys want to talk about those right now?
And so it's hard to keep that perspective when people are going like, why isn't the church, why, you know,
doing this.
And it becomes hard to go like, oh yeah, why aren't we? And so it's like, but I think the majority of people have a holistic view of life to go like, these are human beings, and this is like,
I think 99% is generous, but
maybe it is
probably. Because I think sometimes we can approach counseling services or even like and it's like,
Sure,
that guy,
I think
that
any
guy's
help-
not doing it for me, or that.
Yeah, I think
that
any
church
helping
is-
profession.
We kind of
like-
look at it like a country club or a gym. You know, it's like I'm paying a subscription fee.
Yeah.
You will fix me, and it's like, well, you got to get on the treadmill.
Yeah.
You know, you got to lift the weight.
Yeah.
You've got to, and same spiritually.
Yeah, for sure.
Luke,
Boy.
I was thinking about that this morning as I woke up. I have on my mirror in my bedroom, I have like some things that I haven't updated it, but I'll write down like, read this week, you know, do this, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And on there was a book that I was reading that I stopped because I wasn't, kind of the same thing. I was like, this isn't really doing it for me. I'm not like experiencing something. And I don't know, just I started my day thinking about that.
Yeah.
Of like, is that the right mindset? You know, especially
Is
if
that
it
fair
is
to
like,
the book?
so,
No, I'm not being. I'm
yeah,
not being
no,
silly.
yeah,
like,
I hear you. Yeah, right. Is that fair to the book, or is that like maybe part of that? You know, writing that down is like, you know, maybe the spiritual practice there is just a practice of faithfulness and you know, trust in that.
Are you gonna call the book out, or are you gonna keep that?
That book
I'm gonna
has
keep it.
no right to be read.
private?
Hey, I'm reading a book right now called Steps by John Ortberg,
Okay.
where he's a big AA guy. He loves AA.
Yeah.
And he's reclaiming the AA steps
Yeah.
for spirituality and spiritual formation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really good. I think you would like it. I think you would like it.
Yeah.
I
that
think
sounds
you
interesting.
would like it,
Into the
listener.
microphone. Yeah.
So
You.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, I think we're hitting our end point, as you guys have
I'm exhausted.
to go place. We really went from 0 to 60 quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I got very worked up talking about that with you.
Yeah,
well,
we could
we
tell.
need you to probably come back next week and give us we're going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming to your house tonight, so I am okay with confrontation. So I'll say, hey,
You'll pretend you're me,
my friend here is.
and I'll just be on my porch like.
Brent's up on the porch. You're on the sidewalk. Just kind of,
You're looking down. You're looking at your phone nervously
Yeah.
with your hood on.
I'm on a call. Yeah.
He's in a hurry.
Yeah.
He can't get out though because in a hurry. Like if his kids got sick, needed to go to the emergency room. We're
what
choking.
would you
I thought about that.
I
I
know.
thought, what if my kids needed something emergency services? Well, too bad.
I would just ram the car.
In that case, I would.
Yeah.
And that would feel good.
Isn't there some times where you just like
The little Miata. Boom! I could just.
a Miata?
Yeah.
All
that
right.
was good. Jordan, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks
It
for
was
having
fun
me.
chatting. Jordan Gallagher, everyone.
Hey,
Yes.
I hope you get some good sleep tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pray for
sorry we
your
made light
sweet
of that.
dreams and
Thank you.
I
good
feel
sleep.
kind of
I
guilty.
appreciate that. No, it's okay.
I wish I had headphones.
If
Why?
we
'Cause
next
I like hearing
podcast,
the
let's talk
voices.
about why you can't sleep good.
Okay. I feel like we talk about that often. but
Really?
I feel like we talk about sleep and rest quite a bit, which is okay. Maybe this is a restful podcast.
Do you drink tea before bed?
Mm-mm.
I did that for the whole month of January.
Yeah.
Hot tea.
Do you have any sort of nighttime ritual?
So that's part of it. Like, I think what messed me up on Monday is I was doing schoolwork till about 10 p.m.
Boo.
And then I tried to do some things to decompress, but I
Yeah.
just was worked up from
Yeah.
doing school.
Can I tell you what I do?
Yeah.
So I'm a really smart guy now because of school.
Right.
Polyvagal theory. You got a vagus nerve that. So I do deep breaths, which everybody does deep breaths.
I don't do that. I probably should.
I do a long, sustained, comfortable pitch hum, and I push it to the front of my mouth. You really want to buzz?
Are you serious?
Because it vibrates, it stimulates your vagus nerve,
Okay.
and it's regulating.
Yeah. Okay. How long
That's
do you,
why people
how
do
long
this.
for?
I do it.
That's why people
a
do that.
meditative
But you really
state,
want
yeah.
the buzz. You want
Okay.
as much vibration as you can.
I
So
hear ya.
I probably do 10 breaths as long as I can hold them
You guys
without
keep going.
feeling
I
like,
gotta go. I
Yeah,
love
you're
you guys.
good.
Yeah, I'm going to. But so yeah, do that. Let me know how that goes.
Okay. I'll do it.
You guys
I'll
keep
report back.
We're
Well,
I think we're done.
he has
I have
to
to
go
go
anyway,
too. So it's good.
He's got 4 minutes.
No, keep talking.
Okay.
He's
We've got
he's
4
not
minutes.
letting us stop.
Luke, you keep talking while Jordan.
Well, Jordan exits. That's good.
Monologue. We did that once.
Jordan, well, the light just came on. That messes us up a little bit.
Okay.
I know you're not trying to publicly humiliate. It's all in good fun. I think we need to have some resolve here to end. There
Yeah.
was some tension there in the beginning.
Yes, I was mostly being silly.
He was Jordan. This is how Jordan is silly, especially to me, but
It's
in general.
only to you. Pretty much
to me.
only to you.
Oh well, that's sweet.
Does that make it better?
It does, in hindsight.
Okay.
When in the moment,
I do fundamentally disagree with what you said,
that's okay.
but I was mostly trying to get a rise out of you.
I think we both could have been more inquisitive of each other's
That's true.
thinking.
I would
that
like
have been a good way to approach that.
I would like to apologize
Okay.
by inviting you over to sit in my hot tub some night.
I accept,
Okay.
and I will bring a donut.
Okay, thank you.
That would be fun.
I hope you can find parking though.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today, everyone.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm just sorry about this state. To everyone.
It was good.
Luke and everyone.
It was good. All right. Have a good rest of your day.
Peace.
Talk with you soon.